It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like,
I'm Mia Mignon.
Because your quarterback don't know how to throw a back shoulder fade, and every time that he's in perfect position and back shoulder fade in the end zone, he can't throw it. You know, I'm not talking about one simple route.
Love. You know, what do you know about love? What do you possibly think you know about love? You know, I'm sick and tired of men using love like it's some kind of disease you just catch. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Maury Lang Show with the Renegade Relationship. Let me shatter that myth real quick before you go on. Just because a woman likes sex all the time does not make her a freak. If she can't deep throat or she's not willing to deep throat, then it shatters her own myth.
Welcome back to Routes and Relationships, where I am Mia Mignon.
And I am Maury Lang Show.
And today we're going to discuss the AFC North and dating red flags. And right now we're just going to get into it.
AFC North, what's up, Mia? What's up? This is AFC North, this snooze fest of a division.
The division, which consists of Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and somebody else.
The Steelers and the Ravens.
The Ravens, Cleveland, you know, that bunch.
Sports freaks, you know the teams that you're going to talk about?
That bunch right there. Just the Steelers division.
The Steelers division. You have them winning division? Because we can hurry up and get it done. It's like, I got the Steelers winning division.
Well, wait.
End of the show.
The Steelers will win the division only if Baltimore doesn't do the right thing and pick up Dez Bryant. If Baltimore picked up Dez Bryant and continue with what they have.
There she goes, stating another Cowboy name.
We're
talking about the AFC North, and he is not an option for the Baltimore Ravens.
Because they're, as of 9:20 this morning, they are officially interested in signing Dez Bryant, along with Arizona and Green Bay. They don't have a lot of money. But your boy said, well, I would have told Jerry Jones if he would have asked me, I would have taken a pay cut. So Baltimore is going to give you a pay cut. Let's see how
Who
serious
said
you are.
Who said he's going to take a pay cut?
Dez came out and said,
after he got cut.
he
See,
said, I would have taken a pay cut. So if you really would have taken a pay cut, then Baltimore is your pay cut option. Get down there with Michael Crabtree and Joe Flacco and Bobby G3. You know.
See, now I have a total distaste in my mouth for Dez. Dez all off season. I'm talking on all off season. He said, "I'm not taking no pay cut. I ain't taking no pay cut." And we both agreed. No player should ever take a pay cut. They should hold out for as much money as they can get, and no player should ever take a pay cut. And Dez was on board with that. He said he would never take a pay cut. He wouldn't even restructure. That's what he was saying all February, March, all up until 2 days before the draft, where his agent even doubled down on that and said he's not taking a pay cut, he's not restructuring. Where the whole talk in the organization was about a possible restructure. But here we go talking about Dez freaking Bryant, and we're talking about the AFC North.
Well, we're talking about Dez Bryant.
But now, after he's doing interviews now,
he said he was willing to take a pay cut.
But he's saying that after he was cut. He was doing interviews on NFL Network after he was cut, saying, I would have taken a pay cut. You didn't say that shit before you was cut.
Well, he's cut, and being cut has a way of humbling you, and Baltimore is real humbling right now. So, if they pick up Dez Bryant, or draft one of the top 5 receivers in Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk, or DJ Clark, they may give Pittsburgh a run for their money for this division.
I disagree with that, and I can't see that. I totally understand why you say that, because those are some pretty damn good football players, except for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. Unless his defense is considered one of the best all the time, then Joe Flacco won't lead. If Joe Flacco had Antonio Brown, he had Ezekiel Elliott, he had Rob Gronkowski, and he had the best offensive line, Joe Flacco will not get it done. The defense has to help him out.
They do. And right now they're suffering everywhere.
Hey, did you say they signed John Brown? Because that's a sleeper pick, but I think that was because we started talking about Dez coming to Baltimore.
You said they signed John Brown.
John Brown.
Yes.
That's a sleeper pick. That if he can stay healthy, he'll be damn good. If Flacco can get him the ball,
he will. If they get a center, they need to draft a center. That's why I said they need to go get Dez. Spend your first round pick on a center. Get your second round pick as a tight end. And again, you may do some things in that division.
Yeah, do some things may get them to 6-10, 7-9. That's what I see them at. Mm-hmm. That's the type of record I see the Baltimore Ravens at.
Well, moving
on.
Cincinnati
Bengals. They pick at.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I think it's what. They traded for a left tackle from the Bills, and I think that trade put them at 21.
It did. They did.
So the Bengals pick at 21. They need what?
Everything.
I'll tell you one thing they do need.
Offensive line.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Tight end.
Nope.
Quarterback.
Nope.
Head coach. Yes.
There we go. They need a head coach. Marvin Lewis is still. You know how Michael Buffer and those guys used to announce the winner of unanimous decision in boxing?
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis
and still undefeated.
Is still the head coach of your Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, and he's going to be there for a long time. He's not going anywhere. I swear he has naked pictures in the owner.
He got to have something. Look, I'm all for my brothers maintaining a job, especially in an organization like the Cincinnati Bengals and each of their, in an organization like the National Football League and each of their organizations, and he's getting it, but the dude is not producing at all.
No.
So Marvin Lewis is still their head coach. I say that's what they need to draft first.
They need to clean house. They need to throw away everyone. They need to throw away Vontaze Burfict. They need to throw away Marvin Lewis. They need to throw away. The only person they can keep is because he has red hair, and he does.
Because he has red hair?
Yeah, because
red hair. Keep him because he has red hair.
Because white people with red hair, they have this thing that says that they're treated like a stepchild, and they already feel bad because they have red hair. Don't have red hair and green eyes, and you really kick the side. So, to keep his ego and his self-esteem going, he can stay.
All right, Andy Dalton and the rest of the Misfits.
Right.
All right, who's next?
The Cleveland Browns.
My Cleveland Browns.
Oh, your Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, if they do one thing this year, one thing they haven't done yet. They've done everything kind of right so far up until the draft, and they do this one thing, then I'm all on board with the Cleveland Browns.
And that's draft Saquon Barkley
and
first.
if they draft Saquon Barkley first, that is my number one thing for the Cleveland Browns. Listen to me, GM. I had your name right here, and I don't know your name. You knew the guy. Begin with a T. Draft Saquon Barkley first. And I hope you see this on YouTube because you can see my face and my hand gestures right now. Draft Saquon Barkley first. I know it's not a popular pick to draft the running back number 1 overall, or even in the first round for that matter. However, you look at this kid and his work ethic and his talent for your offense, you have 2 picks in the top 4. Draft him first and then go get one of the rest of the 4 quarterbacks because the numbers say there are 4 top quarterbacks. You have 2 of the 4 picks. One of those will be there for. Pick Saquon Barkley first, and I'm done with Cleveland Browns.
Well, I say you pick Saquon Barkley first and forget that quarterback and go get Bradley Chubb.
Who is that, the defensive tackle?
Yes, that's what I say.
See?
If you do that, then they will win the division.
Wait a second.
Catapult past Pittsburgh. They will catapult past Baltimore, and with Saquon Barkley and Bradley Chubb, then.
Time out.
What?
You said the Cleveland Browns going to win the division?
Yes. They spent. How much money did they spend? $130 million.
Yeah, they spent $130 million this all season. They can have a little three-headed monster there if they draft Saquon Barkley, Tyrod Taylor, and Jarvis Landry. They have a 4-headed monster because they still got Josh Gordon.
And they're gonna go get Bradley Chubb. I'm telling you, they're gonna be a force. I'm gonna speak that into the universe.
I actually like that.
The universe is going to
I like that.
actually do some things for Cleveland because LeBron James is going to leave after this season, so they're going to need something to hold on to.
I like that.
So
hold off on drafting your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, you
Tyrod
take him
Taylor
in the
will be
second round.
Tyrod Taylor will be serviceable.
Yes, he will.
With 2 stud wide receivers, and if you draft Saquon Barkley with Todd Haley as your OC, your offensive coordinator, you'll be all right.
And Baker Mayfield is going to last to the second round anyway, so.
Ooh.
So you'll still be able to get Baker Mayfield in the second round, first pick in the second round. So,
You talking about Baker Mayfield, the little Johnny Manziel cat?
yeah, get money.
Yeah, he won't be around in 4 years.
Yeah, that's why.
Remember I said that, Browns fans, if you draft Baker Mayfield. Any NFL fan, any Baker Mayfield fan, remember I said that. I said the same thing about RG3, and they laughed at me. All I had over them at the time is that they traded pretty much half their team to get the number 2 to draft Robert Griffin III. So I had that was a dumb trade. But after that first year, I was the laughing stock. I don't know what I'm talking about. RG3 is this. He's the greatest thing. And what I said before he was drafted, he will not collect a pension in the NFL. He will be washed up. And people laughed at me and discredited me, and look what happened.
Well, he's now with the Baltimore Ravens after sitting out for a year, having babies, getting a divorce, all that good stuff. So, welcome back, Bobby. Again, Pittsburgh. They need a linebacker.
Speaking of getting married and having a baby, the only thing that concerns me about going back to Cleveland Browns real quick is Saquon Barkley's girlfriend. She announced that she's pregnant. She's due like right after the draft.
Oh,
Ain't this a bitch?
We won't even get
Now
back.
think about this. His girlfriend is pregnant, and he's having his baby right around the draft. This white woman, boy, they smart. They smart. Because Saquon Barkley is done financially and emotionally.
And mentally, as he.
Because wait till he has a taste of the NFL lifestyle. He's going to regret having a baby. Not regret being in a relationship, but he's going to regret having a baby. Moving on.
Ryan Shazier needs some time to recover, which means that Pittsburgh needs a linebacker and a linebacker and a linebacker.
So they need 3 linebackers, is what you're saying?
They need they could just take one really good linebacker and maybe 2.
Pittsburgh to me, Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh to me, and what I mean is they're going to win the division again. With actually, it's not going to be close. It's not going to come down to the last game where the Ravens play the Bengals and the Steelers play the Browns, and the winner, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose for somebody else to get in. It's not even going to be like that. Pittsburgh will win, and Ben Roethlisberger and Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown and the new stud linebacker who they're going to draft this year, they're going to be off week 16. They're going to take off.
Okay, that all depends on what I said with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns is going to shock the world, just like your team did, UMBC.
UMBC,
yes.
Golden Retrievers.
Yes, so the Cleveland Browns is going to do some things.
Yeah, we'll see.
So you say what?
Pittsburgh will win the division. If the Browns draft Saquon Barkley first, they'll come in second and fight for maybe a wild card spot. The Ravens in third, and pulling up the rear is Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, we agree on Marvin Lewis all
Yes.
the way. They're 4th place to me. If Cleveland do what I said they should do, they will be first. If they don't, you're right. They'll be second. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. No.
So you had the same thing as I did?
No, because
Yeah,
if Baltimore,
can't be.
see,
That's never
everything is contingent upon if Baltimore go get Dez, then that'll put them right there with the Steelers. If Cleveland do what I say they should do, that'll put them right there with the Steelers. So, but based on what they have right now, then yes, Pittsburgh will be first. Then it'll be Baltimore second, Cincinnati third, and Cleveland fourth. Based on what they have right now.
Okay. All right, let's go with that. Let's just move on from that.
Yes, we're done with the AFC,
AFC North.
Good
Hopefully
luck.
this is...
Good luck, AFC North.
All right, welcome back. Second half of the show is what are we talking about? Dating red flags.
Yes.
What should men and women look out for?
When dating. Early on
dating.
dating.
Early dating.
Yes, early
So
dating.
we're taking a relationship from when you meet the person, not how you met them. If you went online, you bumped into them in the street, you met them in the club, one night. Now, however you met them,
You're right.
you're not dating. You're going out on your first date, second date, third date. It's now within the first 3 to 4 weeks of you dating. That's what we're talking about. Red flags of initial dating.
Yes.
So what should women look out for? What are some red flags women should look out for when dating?
For me, when I was dating, the first thing I would look out for, and this is superficial, but
It's all superficial.
I will always pay attention to the man's shoes, because I was always brought up that if he can't take care of his feet, he won't be able to take care of you. So if he has on a busted pair of shoes, then already for me, that was a turnoff. But I didn't just walk out of the date, but I kept that in the back of my mind, because who's to say that this first date or second date or third date that this man was going to be the one? So,
So would you go out with him again on a second date?
Depending on how our first date went, yes.
What if it went spectacular? He just had busted shoes.
Well, if it went spectacular, then on the second date, before we went out on the second date, then I probably would be comfortable enough to say, don't wear those shoes again.
You would tell the guy that's going on a second date, don't wear those same shoes?
Yeah, because I wouldn't come out and say, hey, don't put those shoes on again, but I would kind of like, what we doing today, where we going, what's the dress code for today, trying to get an idea of if he was going to have those shoes on again. So.
What if he wore the same shoes again?
And then I would know right then and there that, nope.
But what if it was another spectacular date?
Yeah, he ain't gonna be that spectacular because his feet hurt. So
The reason he's wearing the shoes is because they're comfortable.
Yeah, they may be comfortable.
And they may just match. They're just busted.
I got some comfortable busted shoes that I got on right now. So, I get it. But I'm not on the date.
So you're not. So are you going out with him a third time? It was 2 spectacular dates in your words, but he had busted shoes both dates.
Yeah, well,
are you going out on a third date?
Between date number 2 and date number 3 is where we will have the only way I can describe it is Steve Harvey talk. Like, we're going to have a conversation.
See, when you go to Steve Harvey talk, that means your relationship is now over.
Well,
and you remain single.
I just said to get people to understand what I'm talking about. But we will have to have a talk. But you asked me about red flags, ladies. I'm telling you from experience, watch their feet. Watch their shoes.
What else? Is that the only red flags for women that they should look out for?
No, they should also pay attention to the man when he starts bringing up sex early on in your phone conversation.
What's wrong with that? Talk about sex.
What's
Let's
right
talk
with it?
about sex,
What's right
baby.
with it? Like, I don't want you to ask me what's your name, where were you born, what's your birthday, and oh, by the way, what's your favorite sex position? Like, I don't.
Those go in chronological order.
Yeah.
That's the order of dating questions.
Anyway, well, you know what my favorite sex position is? Hold on, let me go get the book, and then I'll hang up, and then you can just figure it out from there.
You're not having any sex talk.
I'm not having any sex talk.
What about having sex? Will you have sex within the first 3 days?
In the first 3 days?
Yes. Remember, you're talking to me. You know what? Let's not go there. We're going to stick to what women.
I've had sex with you on our second date, if that's what you're trying to ask.
6 days after we met.
It was not 6. It was
5.
6.
My bad.
We went out on our first date 6 days after we met. Now, anyway. See, did I tell you that story that he told a couple of weeks ago? It was very entertaining,
guys,
but it lacks some truth in there.
No, if you want the truth, go back and listen to the podcast of How We Met.
Yes.
That has all the accurate details in the How We Met podcast. Check that out when you have it opportunity.
But guess what?
Moving on. Red flags.
We never talked about sex. Not even when we had sex on the second date.
Oh, yeah.
So we never discussed sex. So anyway, red flag. Don't discuss
We didn't discuss sex. We just ended up in the back seat.
We just ended up in the back seat. We didn't discuss it.
Anyway, so no sex talk.
No sex talk.
And busted shoes.
No, and busted shoes.
Is
and
there anything
yes,
else?
and I'm going to say it like the country people. I swear for Jesus, if that dude get mad at you within the first 2 dates or any time, like catch an attitude, right? Because maybe he calls you up and say, hey, what you doing today? And you're like, oh, me and my girlfriend, we doing such and such and such. And he decides, you know what? I'm going to ride your coattail. I'll meet you there. I'll bring my boys. So her and the girlfriend, they at the bar, and him and his friends, they at the bar. And you know people. You know people. You get up as the lady and you go speak to a male and say, hey, how you doing? Have a seat. Give up a hug. So-and-so, about conversation. You come back to the bar.
This is very specific.
And the dude has an attitude. I'm just trying to give them an example. Like, he has an attitude. Or don't even come to the bar. He's mad that you actually have plans with someone else and you can't go out with him. That's a monopolizer. That is a controlling person. Yes. He wants to monopolize all of your time, and he's controlling, and he will probably, if you can continue to date him, he will probably beat your ass. Leave him alone. Quick, fast, military.
That seems like a serious red flag. My God.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. Anybody that wants to steal all of your time like that and always want to, girl, I'm going to make you my woman. I'm going to make you my woman. Yeah. Red flag. That's all I got. Busted shoes, watch the woman beater, and what else did I say? Oh, talking about sex. That's all I got.
Okay, so pay attention to those.
Yes.
So red flags for men? These are doozies. I don't have a long list, but my list is very big. And men need to act businesslike in watching these red flags. First, in no particular order, one is not more important than the other. These are just all major red flags. If she asks you where this relationship is going, if she talks what's your 6-month game plan, what's your year game, what's your yearly goals, if she wants to know where she fits in your life a year from now, 6 months from now, next month. Red flag numero uno. Pay attention to those little subtle questions.
What's wrong with her asking those questions?
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
Just too soon. Just too soon. Like your sex talk. Where this is going is just too soon.
That's the equivalent.
Yeah, just go with the flow for a minute. For a good minute. Just go with the flow. Like, I have no plans with you. Like, if you really want a truthful answer, it's like, I want to have sex tonight. How are you gonna feel about that? I'm asking you a question.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't like it.
Right. Men don't like the question where this relationship's going. We don't like it.
Okay.
Wait. Just chill out.
Okay.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Patience is a virtue.
Be patient. Be calm.
Next. If she constantly asks where you are or who you are with, early in the dating scene, that's a jealous bitch.
Monopolize.
I'm telling you. She has jealous tendencies. I don't know what happened in her past, whether she has daddy issues or not. But if she's asking you where you going, or who you with, where you been, pay attention to those little red flags. That's a red flag. And it comes across very innocent, guys. Very innocent. It's like, oh, where you going? Who you going with? Very simple, like innocent little questions. Pay attention, because your answer is going to be thrown back up in your face later on in the relationship at some point. And 2, there's signs of jealousy.
Okay.
Next. This is a big one. This is subtle, and this is a big one. Pay attention to how she treats people who serve you all when you go out. When you go out on a date, whether you go to a restaurant, you go to the movies, you go axe throwing, whatever you do. Watch how she treats the people who serve you, that bring you your food, that take your orders, that make your drinks, that tell you what's going on. If she gets attitudes with them, or she starts getting attitude about the food or the drinks where they have nothing to do with, really, because it's the kitchen, and watch how she treats them. Pay attention. She gets an attitude with them, and she's mean about it. She's a rude. I was about to call names, and I said I wasn't. I already slipped up once.
That works both ways.
Well, you had your chance.
I know.
You had your chance. You told the women what to look out for.
I did.
I'm telling men what to look out for. How a woman treats servers, how she treats bartenders, how she treats hosts.
And how he tips.
How he tips? Yeah. Because she won't know, because she's not paying the bill, more than likely. And that's another thing. We can get into that. I'm glad you said that. Because pay attention to this red flag. If she does not offer to pay her portion of the bill.
On the first date?
On the first date. Or any date. If she does not offer, and I stress the word offer, to pay on the first date because chivalry is not dead, and more than likely men still pay on the first date when a man and woman goes out initially. So it's common that a man pays for the first date, and some men they've evolved from that and say, hey, we're going Dutch, and that's become kind of normal to a small segment of the dating population, not the majority, because the majority of women still kind of expect a man to pay the first date. A lot of men still will pay for the first date. However, if she does not offer to pay, pay attention to that red flag.
She's selfish.
That is again, I was about to call names because that's how I kind of get down.
A selfish biddy.
She's selfish.
Selfish biddy.
And I would add this for the females. If the man does not pay for the first date, that's a red flag for you all. I'll add to that.
Yeah, because he probably had busted shoes on and can't take care of you, like I said in the beginning. Any man that doesn't do that, his shoes are busted.
At the end of the day, the man should pay for the first date. The woman should offer to pay for the first date. But the level of expectation is what I'm getting at here. Like a woman just expects it. That's a selfish sign that if she just expects it. And that just tells me if she doesn't offer, she just wasn't raised right. She wasn't raised right. And if a man doesn't pay, he wasn't raised right.
Okay.
Simple as that to me. So make sure she's offering. Ladies, you should offer. Because more than likely you meet a guy like me or just gentlemen out there who still believe in chivalry, they'll pay for your first date.
They will.
But you gotta offer something. And do I need to put something in quotation marks?
Yeah, you offer. Yes, offer something like what?
Offer something like
your debit card.
Yeah, your debit card. Your
you
debit card.
Offer something like
or
what?
Or
what?
The back seat.
The back seat.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You gotta offer something. That's what I'm doing. You gotta offer something.
Okay.
So those are red flags.
You see, now you got me thinking. I don't know if did I offer on the first date?
No, you didn't offer.
You a liar.
But you was in my backseat though. So.
Not on the first date.
Second date, okay. Second date. We went out 4 days later. Okay. We went out one time, and then we went out another time 4 days later.
Hold it.
Okay, there you go.
I remember the first date. I did offer.
This is not about us.
I did.
This is about red flags for other
I remember
men and
I
women.
offered because I had to cut our date short. I remember, and you looked at me like I was telling a damn lie when I had to cut it short. So yes, I remember. Okay. So I offered to pay, and I offered the back seat. See, that's why you love me.
Alright, that's all I have for Daddy Red Flags. That's our show for today. Thank you and good night.
But before you say good night, you have to tell them where to find us.
iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. We're all on all the podcast outlets. On YouTube, check us out on YouTube. I'm pointing at YouTube now. It's waving at YouTube now. Subscribe, like, follow on Instagram, Routes and Relationships, Routes_ships at Twitter, Routes and Relationships on Facebook.
That's us.
Here's my proverb for the day, for this dating red flag for men and women, because women find that this is what messes women up. And I'll leave you with this: women confuse a man's desire to be in her with her desire for him to be into her. Interesting. Dwell on that. A woman confuses a man's desire to be in her with her desire for him to be into her. One wants in, one wants to be into. Don't confuse the two, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note,
we're out of here.
Peace.